One of the things that we've discussed a lot of times on Vlad TV is the difference between the white porn industry and the black porn industry. And you've touched on this already, you know, and some of the stuff that we've talked about now. From your point of view, what's the difference?
I'm gonna be honest with it, because I honestly, when I first got into the industry, I didn't want to go on the black side. And I'm gonna be honest, I just want to stay on the white side, like shooting with white companies.
Like Vivid and stuff like that?
Yeah, like those companies.
Okay.
And not really shoot with too many of the black companies.
Like West Coast?
Like West Coast, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest, and I think that the owner knows this too, that I actually, my first 4 years in the industry, I kind of stayed away from West Coast. And then I believe it was Bishop was the first guy that I actually shot with, and I actually like his work. And from then on, I was shooting with West Coast. It was a lot of companies that, like, even, you know, TT Boy, I just don't feel him like that. He gives me this, you're not my cup of tea.
Okay.
For me, you understand what I'm saying? So that was a company that I tried to stay away from as much as possible that I could. I mean, he does give a lot of the girls a lot of work. He blows a lot of the girls up. Oh, yeah, I know that. It's just some companies like that I kind of wanted to stay away from. Even though I shot with them, you know, I tried to stay as much as possible on the white side so I can get the white money, so I can be able to brand myself.
Okay. What's the white porn money versus the black porn money?
It's a difference. For me, it's a difference. Like, it was times that I turned down jobs because it wasn't paying me enough. Okay. I felt like it wasn't paying me enough. And where a lot of the white companies, they will pay it, versus a lot of the black ones would try to, excuse my language, they would try to Jew you down, you know, for what you felt your rate was. As the years went on, with the black companies came to respect my rates and be like, okay, we're gonna, you know, if we want to shoot her, then we will have to pay, you know, these rates.
Did you have a minimum rate?
Yeah, when I first got in, I had a minimum.
Right, but when you talk about respect your rates.
Well, respect my rates, like you have some directors out there that won't respect your rates. They will say, well, you know, I need to get it for this much because our budget is only this much, and you know, you're black, so you know, yeah.
And these are black directors telling you this, or white directors?
Yeah, black.
Black.
Yeah.
Okay. So they say you're black.
Yeah, you're black. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the race. This is, you know, no, this is all they paying for. This is what it is. This is what they paying for black girls. Sorry, I'm not a black girl. I can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was there, like, for example, you know, a certain rate that you would never go below? Was it like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000? Was there like a certain number that you just refused to go below while you were shooting?
Yeah, it was numbers, especially for different acts too. It was like I wouldn't go below certain things. And it was a lot of companies, like for instance, like Lex Company always respected my what's the name, LT. He worked for Elegant Angel. Always respected my my race. There was some companies just didn't.
So you have white porn, you have black porn, and they just have different rates in general. Is there anything different about those two industries as well, outside of the money?
Even when you come on, for me, and I only can speak for me, even when you come on set sometimes, to where, you know, on some of them you have the makeup artist, you have, you know, this, on some of those you don't. Not all of them, but some of them you don't. And then some of them are not as professional. And then you have the white side too, that some of them is not as professional. Yeah. But you kind of get that a little bit more, for me it was, on the black side than versus on the white side. Because there were white companies that I wouldn't work with either. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, one of the things I've discussed, like, you know, for example, Skin Diamond was here not too long ago. And, you know, she was saying how, for example, you know, one of the big things in porn right now is IR, interracial.
I've been in porn for like 5 years and I still don't even get why there is a difference, or why interracial is only interracial if it involves a black man and a white girl.
Really?
Like, technically, most of my porn is interracial. But because I'm a black chick, it doesn't count. It's only, like, people only want to see, like, the taboo of a black man with a white girl or whatever. Like, it's not interracial if it's a black girl and a white girl. Or it can be, but it's not like a thing like it is with
Interesting.
Or if it's like an Asian man with a white girl, that's not interracial.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're stupid as hell. I really don't know, because I had this, you know, crazy. I had this conversation with my agent. I had this conversation with a director because we were arguing about rate, and I said, I need to get paid for an interracial rate, IR. No, that's not IR. No, if I'm black and that guy is white, then it's interracial. He's not a black guy. He's a white guy.
Yeah.
So I should get paid as such. If not, then I can't do the scene. And they couldn't understand that. Like, no, I don't understand, because if it was a white woman having sex with a black man, that's interracial. If it was a white woman having a scene with the Mexican guy, it's interracial. If it's a black woman having a scene with the Asian guy or a Mexican guy, anybody that's other than black, it's interracial. So where is it not good for the black woman for interracial? And they could never tell me that.
It just is what it is.
It just is what it is.
Well, why do you think interracial is so popular, especially recently?
You want me to say what
Yeah.
you know, when people say what it is that it's like for black men to have white women. I think the saying is that it's like closer to heaven or something like that.
What?
It's like something like that. It's, you know, there's like they're almost there when they have a white woman. So in that case, it's giving it that fantasy of a black man being with a white woman, you know, and that aspect of it. And then coming from the black man point of view. Then coming from the white man point of view is like
Closer to heaven?
right, closer to heaven or something like
I've
this.
never
I'm
heard
saying
this before.
something like that. I don't know. And then I think for the white guys that like to see interracial, they just like to see it, you know, reverse slavery. Shit, I don't know.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, you know, something like that. Yeah. You know, because honestly, a lot of my fan base are white men. They love to see me in interracial scenes with white guys.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. They can put themselves and imagine themselves with that black woman, where, you know, in some parts in their family, it's probably not accepted for them to be in a relationship with a black woman or with someone else of another, you know, race.
Do you think the porn industry is racist?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. It's
Explain.
just like the world. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, explain, like how, what the racist aspects of
It
porn
was
are.
told to me from an agent, a white guy from an agent, and he told me, because once again, he was trying to tell me to bring down my rates. Remember, he's an agent that works for me. Because this certain company wanted to work with me, but they won't work with me because my rates are too high. And he said, well, you know, you should be happy with where you at because of your age and you being a black woman. And I didn't understand that. I said, I don't understand. He said, because you just got to be content for where you at. Just go with what they give you. And that's it. Because there won't be a black superstar. That's what he said. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a superstar. I'm trying to be me or who I'm doing with my brand. And then from then on, I kind of seen it a little bit. You know, it's racist everywhere, but you kind of see it. But I don't use that as an excuse for me not to, you know, succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, but I seen it, you know. I see it in some of the girls' race. I see it. You know, I see it even the way that the mistreatment in some of the award shows, on some of the red carpets. You know, I see it. You know, and can't nobody say, no, I don't see it. Yeah, you see it.
It seemed like a while ago, like when you were shooting, you could name a whole bunch of black porn stars.
Yeah.
You can't really name that many these days.
No.
It seems like the girls kind of come and go. You know, I mean, we had Chanel Hart here recently. You know, I think she's like, you know, one of the rising stars. You have Skin Diamond, which I think is, you know, one of the more prominent, you know, black females. But before it was like a bunch of them. It was like Nyomi Banxx, Angel Eyes, Carmen Hayes, this person, that person, you know, and you just don't, it doesn't seem like it's really there anymore. Do you agree?
I totally agree.
And why is that?
You know, I think by by a lot of the young ladies coming in the industry, especially when I was going out and when the rest of the girls were looking to retire and moving out. You could just see that the mistreatment that they were getting, especially when it comes to the pay rate, and, you know, especially come with their treatment just on set and, you know, different things like that. I know several times I've had conversations with some young ladies about their rate, you know, about how much they were getting paid, about somehow some were tricked into doing certain things that they didn't want to do.
Tricked how?
Just they were booked for something, and they get on set and it all changed. It's like a switching bait.
Give me an example.
And just say if someone was booked for a girl scene.
Yeah.
And then they get on set and someone say, okay, well, I'm just gonna stick it in one time. We're just gonna make it a boy-girl scene just for one position, but I'm still gonna pay you this girl rate.
Okay. So
You understand what I'm saying?
There's no comparison, man. ODB is in a class by itself. He don't even compare to us. Like he said, his style don't have no father. He the old dirty bastard of it right there. He created his own style. So
he would probably get beat for a week straight. He couldn't even walk through Long Beach. He'd be like a walking pinata. He'd just get beat every corner he turned.